Hello, class. All right, so I'm going to show you how to do this worksheet on finding the diagonal for a rectangular prism, okay? So the formula that we're going to use for finding the diagonal of a rectangular prism is going to be D, which represents diagonal, is equal to the square root of the length of the box squared plus the width of the box squared plus the height of the box squared. So that's the formula that you use to find the diagonal within a rectangular prism. You can do like the video tells you on the page, on my page, and find or use Pythagorean theorem twice, or you can use this formula. So you either use Pythagorean theorem twice to find the diagonal length, or you can use this formula to find the diagonal length of a rectangular prism. Remember that a rectangular prism is a box, and the diagonal, when you set a pencil, the diagonal is going to be slanted inside of the box. Goes from, and I probably should draw this a little bit better, but the diagonal sits slanted inside of the box. So we're going from one corner of the top to a non-adjacent corner in the bottom. Okay, so the pencil will sit slanted inside of the box. So that's the length that we want to be able to find. All right, so let's look at the first problem. It says, number one, let's make sure you can see it. A child's shoebox measures, this is the length because it's first, 4 by 6, which is the width, and height is 3, okay? It says, what is the longest pencil you could fit in the box? Sitting the pencil straight up and down is not going to give you as much space as it would if you was to slant it. The diagonal is going to give you more space, or is going to make allow more space for that pencil to fit inside that box versus just standing it straight up and down. So we're going to find the diagonal with these dimensions. So for number one, again, your length is 4, your width is 6, and your height is 3. So when you use the formula, all you're doing is substituting these numbers into this formula. So what you have here is you have D is equal to length squared plus width squared plus height squared. And you're going to substitute D is equal to, your length is 4, so that's 4 squared plus 6 squared plus 3 squared. Okay? All right, and you can type this in your calculator. I have my calculator, it looks just like this. And you have your second, your square button, and inside you got 4 squared plus 6 squared plus 3 squared, okay? And that is going to, press enter, and that's going to give you D is equal to 7.8, about. So let's put the squiggly lines, okay? And since this is in inches, we're going to put inches. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, it says that a fly was sitting on the ground in the black left corner of the classroom. He flew from the ceiling to the opposite corner of the room. How far did he fly in the room if the room is 30 feet by 30 feet by 10 feet? So here again, you're finding the diagonal because, again, a room is in the shape of a rectangle, okay? It's in the shape of a rectangular prism like this. And the fly is going to go from the top corner of the room to the bottom opposite corner of the room, okay? Which is going to form a diagonal line, okay? It's going to form a diagonal line. So you're going to find the diagonal length that fly traveled. So again, your length is the first number that they said, which was 30 feet. Your width, which is the second number that they gave you, is 30 feet. And your height, which is the last value they gave you, the third value, is 10 feet. So you're going to use the formula again. You have D is equal to the square root, sorry about that, length squared plus width squared plus height squared. And we're going to substitute. Your length is 30. So we got square root. We got 30 feet squared plus we have, where am I at? Well, just put 30. Sorry. Plus 30 squared plus 10 squared. Okay? All right, so again, we're going to use our calculator. All right, so we got square root, and we have 30 squared plus 30 squared plus 10 squared. Okay? And that's going to give you 43 point, and round it to the nearest 10th place, so that's going to be 6. 43 and 6/10. So your diagonal is going to be 43 and 6/10 feet. About. Keep putting equal, but we're estimating, so it's about. Use the squiggly lines. Okay. All right. So now we're doing number 3. Okay. So number 3, it says find the diagonal from the top to bottom of the rectangular prism. All right, so we find the diagonal again, and these are the measurements. The length is 7 meters, the width is 9 meters, and the height is 6 meters. So this is number 3, and we're doing A, okay? So we have a length of 7, a width of 9, and a height of 6 meters. We're going to use the formula for diagonal. So that's going to be D is equal to square root length squared plus width squared plus height squared. And so then we're going to substitute square root. We got 7 square plus 9 square plus 6 square. Okay? You don't have to put those parentheses. Just makes it look neater. But you don't have to put those parentheses, okay? So now we're going to type that in. All right? We have square root. Under the square root, we have 7 square plus, we have 9 square plus, we have 6 squared equals, we're rounding that to the nearest 10th place, so that's going to give us 12 and 9/10. So the diagonal is 12 and 9/10, about, squiggly. and this is meters. Okay? All right, I want you to do B, C, and D on your own. Okay? All right. Make sure that you put this on the page 28 in your notebook. Make sure you put the title at the top and put your name also at the top. Take a picture and submit to Remind 101. Have a good day.